Hi, Coach Bob here to share what I got out of Ken Bogard's presentation to our Visionary Forum yesterday. And his book is called No Honesty, K-N-O-W, but emphasizing no. And this is what I heard from Ken, is that there's no honesty in business. And we're dancing around issues. And Gino Wickman, one of my great friends, talks about the biggest issue in leadership now is that we're just wimps. And what I hear Gino saying about that is we are afraid to be open and honest. And so Ken did a great job. I've often talked about and shared and tried to live being open and honest. And I'd never really thought of being two different things. To me, it was kind of one. And Ken did a great job explaining that honest is kind of from me and how do I feel, and being very open and giving feedback and showing, sharing my wants and my desires and sharing where I think people are at. And so that's an interesting, and then the open is taking it in from the others and to not judge. And it was a couple of great ahas for me in that is that in the past, I was so far in the future, and that's not always a good thing. It's good to be there sometimes, but also to improve and learn from the past, but to be present. But anyways, I'm fast and out here, and I was kind of brought up that feelings and honesty were a waste of time. And then as far as being open, I wasn't being open to getting feedback or open to building the trust and invest time in some of my people when it's just like, this is a waste of time. And so much in the future. And as I'm learning to slow down, and this was a great aha for me I'm doing a disservice to my employees if I'm not open and honest. I'm doing a disservice to my marriage, to my kids as a parent. And that's to be open and honest with tact and delivery, not being a jerk about it, and then being open to receiving and open to hearing and feeling what other people are hearing and feeling and thinking. I also realized during this exercise is I don't like silence. And so I fill that silence, and that isn't necessarily being open to let the feelings sit and be marinated. And I tie what Ken talked about yesterday to David Hawkins' letting go. And I'm learning that it's okay to acknowledge that that I'm feeling a certain emotion. It's not that I am that emotion, I'm feeling that emotion. So that helps me to understand a little bit, to accept that I'm feeling shame or sad or pain or pride, whatever that might be. And then as I accept it and feel it and have a safe space to share. So in the Visionary Forum, that's a place. In my marriage, that's a place. With my team, I'm growing that where I can share that I'm feeling mad, I'm feeling sad, whatever it might be. And so when I acknowledge that and then I accept it, and there's that safe, sacred space, whether it be on my own, with God, with me, with my wife, with you, then it starts to elevate to the next higher emotion. So thank you, Ken, for sharing, kind of helping the context behind open and honest, and taking me through a few exercises with the other visionaries and realizing some things about myself and how I can improve being open and honest with others. Just a great time to be alive, great time to be a visionary. Thank you, Ken, for sharing your wisdom, and thank you, Forum, for helping me to attract people to come in and share their authentic leadership and what they're learning as we are each all learning what our lesson is to the world, our craft, and sharing that with each other. So honored to be alive. So honored to be a visionary. Peace.